Intense. Ready. Robyn sits alone today. Kody hasn't come back since the confession file was played. She's surrounded by attorneys, but utterly, frightfully alone. Amanda inserts the drive. Your Honor, with your permission, we'd like to introduce video files received anonymously into our office late last night. All files have been authenticated. Metadata verifies filming dates from 2010 through 2017. We believe this video depicts fraudulent purpose, business malfeasance, and emotional manipulation. The judge nods once. The room is dead silent. The video starts. The footage is raw, old, unedited. A camera on a countertop, recording living room meetings. Kody, Robyn, Christine, occasionally Janelle, never Mary. Robyn goes first. So what if we take the business under a new name? Christine won't inquire. She dislikes paperwork. Kody laughs. She doesn't like confrontation either. She'll never suspect. Christine, on camera, walks into the room. Robyn changes instantly. Hey, I was just telling you, we should get your name on some of the business cards. Christine smiles. Thankful. Clueless. Seriously? That would be great. Within 2 minutes, the video confirms what it took years to expose. The plan wasn't happenstance. It was precise. Clip after clip plays. Kody directing Robyn on what to say for confessionals. Robyn scripting backstories for the children prior to family interviews. An off-the-record conversation. Robyn to Kody. Let them be mad. When they leave, it all becomes ours. The courtroom gasps in shock. Robyn huddles further into her seat. Then the final video plays. It's an interview with Kody, speaking to someone off camera. He has no idea he's being taped. Look, I'm exhausted. I chose Robyn because she's the easiest to handle. Christine battles too much. Janelle's intelligent, and that makes her dangerous. Mary? Too emotional. Robyn only listens. Off-camera voice. Do you love her? Kody is silent. I don't know what love is anymore. I just want peace. The screen fades to black. The room doesn't breathe. The truth is too thick, too sharp. It cuts everyone in that room, even those who thought they were already numb. Amanda turns back to the judge. We submit this footage as evidence of coordinated deception. It establishes Robyn and Mr. Brown to have intentionally secluded the plaintiffs for personal and financial reasons. The judge slows down. The court deems the footage as admissible evidence. Defense can respond in full following recess. He bangs the gavel, but it rings out more like a death knell than an order. Outside, mayhem. The footage is already trending. Clips on TikTok, Reddit threads, breaking news tickers. #sister wives exposed #Kody, truth #Robyn confession. But inside the courtroom again, something more subdued is occurring. Robyn is sobbing, but not for the cameras. Alana, wife #5, sits in the gallery. Christine passes Robyn heading out, stands there, looks down at her. You wanted it all, Robyn. You got it. She continues on. Sometimes the end doesn't come with fire. It comes with quiet collapse. Amanda runs into Christine, Janelle, and Mary in the hallway. We're winning, but the judge wants final financials. We have to find out where the Utah house is. And we need to find out where did the rest of the cash go. Christine takes out her phone. I already know whom to ask. Mary? Who? Christine, his son. That evening, Amanda gets a message from an encrypted email account. No subject line, just an attachment. Bank statements. Kody's offshore accounts. Password justice. And a line underneath. He's been hiding more than wives. The courtroom is silent now. Not because nothing is occurring, but because everyone is waiting to see what comes next. They've seen the flash drive. They've watched the mask disintegrate. Now it's time to dig deeper. Into the family. Into the blood. Christine sits on a park bench in Flagstaff. Chilly morning. Coffee cup in her hand. Shaking hands. Not due to nerves. Due to anticipation. She glances up as a young man approaches her. Tall, early 20s. Guarded. His name is Garrison Brown, one of Kody's sons. Once faithful, now aloof. Forgotten. They sit down. No hug. No how are you. Simply silence. And then I know where the money is. And like that, the last lock on Kody's empire begins to turn. Back in the courtroom, Amanda gets ready to present new evidence. But first she needs Garrison on the stand. The judge acquiesces. Garrison is sworn in. Hands firm. Jaw clenched. Mr. Brown, how long has it been since you last spoke with your father? More than a year. And why is that? He said, I chose Christine. I didn't. I chose the truth. Amanda nods. Tell the court what you found. Garrison produces a folder. Inside, wiring records, offshore accounts, real estate documents, rental incomes under false LLC names. These accounts aren't under Kody's name, they're under Robyn's. But the login was from his IP address. Always. He stops. He taught Robyn how to keep things hidden, then blamed her when it got complicated. The man who once boasted of being a family leader was now revealed as its builder of destruction. Garrison's voice grows more somber. He didn't just deceive the wives. He deceived us, his children. He reads a letter from Kody, written a year ago. Stay out of it. This is between me and your mothers. You're not my responsibility anymore. The courtroom murmurs. Amanda leans forward. Did you know about the Utah property? Yes. He used it as collateral, rented it under another name, and never told the family. And what was the rental income used for? Garrison turns to Robyn now. To pay off her personal credit card debt. Robyn shakes her head, whispering, No, that's not true. It's on the statements. $26,000 in designer shopping, $7,800 at plastic surgery clinics, while Janelle was living in a trailer. The betrayal wasn't just financial, it was personal, it was surgical, and it was done in silence. Amanda thanks Garrison. The judge orders the document submitted for financial audit. Robyn's lawyer scrambles to object. Denied. Christine approaches Garrison as he leaves the stand. She places a hand on his shoulder. You didn't have to do that. Garrison is shaking his head. I did. For my siblings. For my mom. And for all the lies he forced us to tell. They hug. It's the first time anyone has experienced any sense of peace in 9 sessions. Then Amanda makes her move. Your Honor, in light of new evidence and the financial trail presented, we would ask the court to consider criminal charges of tax evasion, fraudulent misrepresentation, and perjury against both Robyn and Mr. Brown. The judge slowly nods. I will consider the motion. Defense, be prepared to respond. Robyn begins sobbing again. But this time, no one glances at her, because behind the scenes, Kody is already lining up his next shot. That evening, Amanda gets a package. No return address. No name. On the inside is a USB stick and a note, typed in courier font. You missed one wife. Amanda glares at the screen. This isn't over. If there's a 6th wife, who do you think it is? Drop your theory in the comments. And let us know what you believe Kody's endgame actually was. The flash drive remains on Amanda's desk. Still hot from what it brought last session. The message still resounds in her mind. You missed one wife. But before they can pursue that enigma, a more monumental one bursts wide open. A judge just issued a bench warrant for Kody Brown. His non-appearance after being called after evidence is now legally punishable. A federal marshal team is dispatched to the address listed under one of his shadow LLCs. A rural property, 5 miles outside Moab, Utah. Christine, Janelle, Mary, and even Robyn are told to remain in court. Amanda's phone rings. You'll want to see this. The footage isn't shown to the public yet. Only the court is given access. For now, a wide-angle police body cam plays across the courtroom screen. The house is old. Off the grid. No neighbors. Solar panels broken. Doors chained shut from the inside. The marshals force entry. First floor. Vacant. Second floor. Untouched. Then the basement. And then they find it. A padlocked filing cabinet. 2 safe deposit boxes. And 5 VHS tapes in a box labeled Covenant. This wasn't a hiding place. This was an archive of secrets. The court investigator appears before the judge. We found 3 active financial ledgers. One went back to 2006. Every transaction, every movement of assets, every bogus LLC. Not only Robyn's name, but one other woman's too. Amanda leans forward. Another wife. The investigator nods. Not only a wife. A partner. The room becomes silent. He puts one photograph on the table. It's a woman in a flowered dress, standing next to Kody, wedding veil across her shoulders. No cameras. No guests. Just Kody. A man with many covenants. And a new secret. The name on the certificate. Naomi Fuller. Christine's face goes white. Janelle gasps. Even Robyn, she begins to shake. He told me I was the last. But Kody never wanted a family. He wanted a kingdom. And every wife was just a corner of his throne.
The judge calls a private chamber conference. Amanda demands immediate investigation into Naomi Fuller. Robyn's lawyer files a motion to block. Too late, because Naomi isn't hiding. She walks into court voluntarily. Head held high, no veil, no apology, just a small folder clutched tightly in her hand. I'm not here to fight. I'm here to burn what remains. Naomi testifies in a hushed tone. Kody married me in 2011. Spiritually, he said it would be between us alone, a covenant made in silence. He said the other wives would kill me if they knew. So I stayed closeted, but I watched. I observed the business transactions. I was named as a silent partner on 2 of them. Amanda hands over the documents. Naomi's name is listed, attached to an educational charity organization that channeled money from one of the sister wives' companies. The money wasn't used for kids, Naomi says. It was used to pay for luxury houses, cars, and payments on Robyn's retail inventory debts. The audience gasps. Robyn gets up, shaking. I didn't know. Naomi glares at her. Didn't you? Or were you merely more adept at faking it? Every mask Robyn ever had on is now in tatters. Every secret Kody ever breathed is ringing off courtroom walls. Amanda concludes Naomi's testimony with one final question. Why come forward now? Naomi's response is direct. Because I believed I was his one secret. Now I realize I was merely one among many. And because I have one more tape. She hands Amanda a mini DV tape, dated April 2018. It's the last time we ever talked. And I taped it. The courtroom projector loads the tape. The screen displays Kody sitting on a couch. Hair longer, face more gaunt. He talks to Naomi. If they ever find out about you, I'll deny it all. Christine's too emotional. Mary's too broken. Janelle's too smart. But Robyn? She'll cover for me. She has to. I gave her everything so she could take the fall. If Robyn was always going to be the fall guy, was she the bad guy, or merely Kody's last pawn? Let us have your opinions in the comments, and who you believe Naomi actually was to him. The day starts quietly. No headlines, no pandemonium, no camera teams battering courthouse doors, just tension. It is the stillness before a landslide. Because today, the court gets a letter. No return address, no stamps, only a white envelope left under Amanda Russo's door. Inside, 3 words on a single page. I am ready. 10 minutes later, a man enters the courthouse. Late 60s, gray beard, black coat, eyes that seem to carry the weight of 50 broken marriages. His name is Elder Nathan Keel, a name the wives haven't heard in years, but a name they will never forget, because he was the man who officiated Kody and Robyn's spiritual sealing, and Naomi's, and perhaps more. The judge gives him the floor as a religious witness under limited immunity. That is, he cannot be prosecuted for testimony, provided he speaks truthfully. Christine gasps. Mary freezes. Janelle's nails dig into the bench. And Robyn, she won't look up, because she knows who he is. This man wasn't just part of their story. He was the one who wrote the rules. Elder Keel clears his throat. I come not to defend. I come to admit. I performed the spiritual marriages of Kody Brown to 5 women, legally to Robyn, spiritually to 4 others. He addresses the judge directly. But there were 7 total ceremonies. Gasps. Amanda stands up out of her seat like a storm gathering. 7? Yes. He takes out a little leather book, hand-stitched, pages faded with age. Names, dates, signatures. A record of Kody's secret covenant ceremonies. Off-book, unrecorded, taboo. Kody asked me to seal him with a woman in 2005, years before Robyn came into the family. Her name was Clara Reynolds. She was 17. The courtroom didn't gasp. It held its breath like someone had turned off the oxygen. Amanda's voice shakes. Where is she now? Gone. Left the church. Changed her name. But I know where she is. She gave me this. He waves a letter in the air. Signed. Dated. She wants no contact. But she permits her story to be entered into court as part of a sealed record. She was promised freedom. Instead, she was trapped. Robyn whispers, I didn't know. Elder Keel hears her. That's the point. No one did. Not until it was too late. The judge calls for an in-camera examination of the ledger. But the courtroom doesn't wait for the verdict, because the damage is already done. Kody Brown is no longer just a manipulator or a fraud. He's now suspected of spiritual abuse, coercion, and grooming. And the church? It's now in the crosshairs too. Amanda looks to Robyn. Do you still believe in his covenants? Robyn says nothing, but her eyes speak volumes. They're not tearful, they're vacant. Because when the man you constructed your whole world upon proves to be a fantasy, what remains to weep for? Later that night, a fresh motion is submitted. Amanda asks for complete asset seizure of all Brown-connected entities. Robyn's businesses, the church-operated LLCs, and all listed names in the ledger. Christine, Mary, and Janelle sign the motion as one. For the first time, together. He stole our homes, our money, our years. But we're taking back what matters. Our names, our voices. That night, security footage at the Utah house records a shadow moving across the porch. The door creaks open. A figure steps inside, a woman. We don't see her face, just her shoes, heels clicking against the old wooden floorboards. She walks to the cabinet, opens it. Inside is one last envelope, labeled for the court, open if I disappear, and under it a videotape. Handwritten tag, Kody's final statement. Was Kody building to this breakdown all along? And what is the last woman who went into that house? The envelope is opened in silence. Amanda Russo grips the VHS tape as if it's radioactive. Because if it's real, if this is truly Kody Brown's final message, then the story is no longer just about lost money or legal deception. It's about legacy, control, and consequence. The judge approves the request. We'll play the tape in open court. Let the record reflect. This is submitted as Exhibit 74. A courtroom technician loads it in. The screen crackles. The image stabilizes. And there he is, Kody, hair grayer, beard fuller, shot against the backdrop of a dirty bookshelf, and dim light. He glares into the camera. And then he talks. If you're watching this, then I lost. His voice is gruff, slower than it used to be, unrehearsed. And maybe that's fair. He readjusts the camera. I built a family. I built a life. And I tried to keep control of it. But when you divide yourself among 5-7 women, at some point you cease being a husband. You become an anchor dragging everyone under. Gasps from the crowd. Even Amanda moves uncomfortably. This wasn't about money. Not originally, it was about surviving. If I granted each wife power, they'd depart. If I granted them truth, they'd penetrate me. So I gave them merely sufficient love to make them hold on to hope. And I gave Robyn the keys to the entire damn kingdom. Robyn weeps in her seat. She never knew everything. She just did what I wanted. And I let her. She believed it was protection. It was a cage. Finally, in this whole trial, Kody confesses what everyone else had to establish. He inhales. Slowly exhales. I didn't hate Christine. I couldn't cope with her strength. I didn't reject Janelle. I was afraid of her mind. And Mary? She was the first crack in my mirror. When she lost faith in me, I needed to find someone who still would. He leans forward now. Voice softening. I'm not seeking forgiveness. I just want the truth on paper, before someone else redoes it for me. I married 7 wives, but only one of them I ever loved. The room is silent. Naomi. Everyone looks. Robyn gasps. Christine whispers. What? She made me remember who I was. Before the TV. Before the kingdom. But I ruined that as well. Then Kody looks straight at the camera. Cold. Unmoving. There's one more thing. If Robyn is still arguing on my behalf, tell her to cease. You are the last one out of there, Robyn, but you never should have had to bear all of this. His voice breaks for the first time. I failed all of you, and when the tape cuts off, so does Kody Brown's story. The screen goes black. Not a roar, not a crash, only the quiet hum of a legacy dwindling to silence. The courtroom stands still. Even the judge looks straight ahead, as if paralyzed. Amanda rises. Your Honor, we move all pending civil claims to immediate judgment. There is no defense left. The judge nods. Motion granted. And just like that, Christine, Mary, and Janelle legally win their case. Frozen accounts will be taken over. Business ownerships returned. Properties to be divided under the authority of the court. The money is being returned. But more than that, their names are no longer linked to the empire he created on deceit. Outside, reporters cluster. But Robyn walks by them all, eyes empty, shunning the microphones, shunning the flashes. She gets into a waiting black car. No makeup, no grins, no statement. Not yet. Inside the courthouse, Christine exhales finally. It's over. But Amanda's phone buzzes. She answers it. Eyes open wide. She turns to Christine. He just made one final court filing, 5 minutes before the tape was handed over. A motion for complete immunity. The motion is sealed. Nobody has any idea what's in it. Until Amanda gets an anonymous email. Attached is a PDF, opened with a single password-protected click. Christine reads it aloud. The only one who can reverse the harm is the one who assisted in causing it. Her name is Savannah. Everybody freezes. Janelle's eyes are wide. That's my daughter. Was Kody's admission genuine, or another manipulation layer? And why does Janelle's daughter Savannah find herself at the epicenter of everything? The courtroom is chilly today, not because of the climate, but because something is going to be uttered that can't be unsaid. At 22, Savannah Brown sits alone at the witness stand. No attorney, no mother by her side. No makeup, no costume. Truth alone. Janelle watches her daughter with glassy eyes. Christine grips the bench with both hands. Mary bows her head in quiet prayer. Even Robyn, after everything, can't bring herself to look away. And Amanda Russo, she says nothing as Savannah is sworn in. She knows this is a moment no one can coach. This is pain that must speak for itself. Savannah clears her throat. I'm not here to take sides. I'm not here to defend or punish. I'm here because my name was on that final paper. Amanda smiles softly. Do you understand? Savannah puts a creased piece of paper on the table. This is the closed motion my father submitted. The one that no one could decipher. It's not about money. It's a confession, wrapped up like an apology. She unfolds the letter. He made me the beneficiary of his last trust. The sole one. Not Robyn. Not my mother. Not any of the wives. The courtroom gasps. Robyn's hand covers her mouth. He said, I was the only one who ever looked him in the eye when he was lying, and still remained. Sometimes the deepest wounds don't result from betrayal. They result from the silence that follows it. Savannah goes on. When I was 15, I discovered a ledger in his truck. Lists of money transfers, property allocations, dates. I asked him about it. He said it was just grown-up stuff, that the wives wouldn't get it, that I was cleverer than all of them. I didn't say anything, not because I was afraid, because I trusted him. Her voice cracks. And now I have to live with that. Janelle wipes her face, but doesn't interrupt. Savannah unfurls a second document. A will, signed in New Mexico. He left everything in my name, but with one condition. She falls silent, that I use the money to rebuild the family. Christine closes her eyes. There's nothing left to rebuild. Amanda draws near. Savannah, you said this wasn't about money. What is it about then? Savannah's gaze clings to hers. It's about story, about who gets to tell it. My father spent years crafting his own version of truth. It's time now we tell ours. Lily isn't a child any longer. Lily is a witness, a legacy, and a voice her father never intended. Then Amanda drops some bombshell. Savannah, early today we got one additional video, sent anonymous, marked only, Goodbye Savannah. We'd like to play it, if you're okay with that. Savannah inclines her head. I already know what it is, but perhaps they have to hear it too. The screen crackles to life. Kody is back. This time no facade, no sermon, just a dad. If you're watching this, I'm gone. Maybe not dead. Maybe just erased. And maybe I deserve that. You were the one I couldn't break, and that made me fear you. I called it strength. But what I was saying was, I could not deceive you the same way that I deceived everyone else. He breathes. Tell your mother I'm sorry. Tell Robyn I'm free. And tell yourself you were always better than me. The screen turns off. No music, no fade out. Nothing. Not all legacies are passed down. Some are buried, and others must be rebuilt. Amanda places her hand on top of Savannah's. Thank you. The judge rings for a 15-minute recess. Outside, journalists are already breaking headlines. Inside, no one stirs. Janelle embraces Savannah for the first time in years without a word. Christine observes them. And then at last, she turns to Robyn. You want to say something? Robyn doesn't respond, but she will. Tomorrow. As the courtroom drains, Amanda spots a final envelope stuck under the desk. Inside, a birth certificate. It includes Kody Brown and an unidentified mother. The date? A son no one has ever seen. Was Savannah the daughter intended to wrap up the story, or merely an alias in Kody's game? And who is the mysterious son referred to in the last file? The courtroom no longer has that feel of a battlefield. It has the sense of a funeral. No one is bickering, no one is yelling, because today, Robyn Brown has requested to speak, not through a lawyer, not a press release, just herself, and the truth. She approaches the stand as a woman entering her own shadow. The judge allows her request. Amanda Russo doesn't protest. Janelle, Christine, and Mary remain mute. Even Savannah remains, arms crossed, face inscrutable. Robyn is sworn in. She does not lift her eyes. I'm not seeking forgiveness. I simply want someone to listen to me. Not the cameras, not the headlines, the people I hurt. Her voice shakes. I believed love was about loyalty. That standing up for Kody, no matter what, made me tougher than the rest. That if I kept quiet, if I just smiled enough, I'd be the one who survived. And maybe that's true, but all I survived through was lies. She pulls out a tiny notebook from her handbag. These are letters I wrote to myself. Over the years, every time I kept silent when I should have spoken something. Amanda approaches. Would you like them entered into the record? Robyn nods. One letter is read out. July 2020, I sat and watched Janelle cry in her car for 20 minutes. I did not go outside. Kody informed me that it was her fault. I trusted him, and I hated myself for trusting him. Another, October 2017, I let him take Mary's name off the house deed. I convinced myself it was business. But I knew what I was doing. I just didn't want to be next. Robyn wasn't innocent, but she was never the queen. She was a mirror, reflecting the fear of everyone too afraid to leave. Christine doesn't cry. Not because it doesn't hurt, but because she's heard all the apologies before. But this time, something is different. Robyn pulls out a final envelope. This is a check. $127,000. From what's left in my name, to be divided between Mary, Janelle, and Christine. It's not enough, but it's what's left. Amanda takes it. The courtroom falls silent. For once, Robyn doesn't anticipate applause. She just speaks. I never had a happy ending, but perhaps I can provide someone else with one. And then the doors swing open. All heads turn. A young man enters. Late teens, olive complexion, tall, self-assured. In hand, a file. In his eyes, Kody's face. Amanda leans in, whispers, "Is that him?" A court-martial approaches. "Your Honor, this is Michael Hale. He's here as a result of the birth certificate found in Session 13. The judge nods. Does he have testimony? Amanda, yes, he has everything. Because the last shadow of Kody's past just stepped into the light. Michael gets up and goes to the stand. No hesitation. I was raised by my mother in Cedar City. She never said who my father was, until 6 months ago. It was Kody Brown. And when I found him, he told me to leave. He said I'd wreck everything." Amanda holds up the signed paternity test. 99.9% match. Then a recording of her voice. Kody's voice. "I don't need another liability. Stay gone. No one knows you exist, and I intend to keep it that way." Gasps. Christine covers her face with her hand. Mary speaks in a whisper. "How many more?" Janelle gazes straight ahead, expressionless. Michael continues. "He sent me $800 a month. That's all. No birthday greetings, no visits, and I never asked him for anything, until I saw what he did to you all." He glances at Christine, then Janelle, then Mary. "He didn't leave me alone. He left everyone behind." He gives Amanda a USB, one final file, a recording, a phone call, between him and the church. Amanda loads it. Kody's voice, as clear as day. "If they come after me, I'll burn the church too. We made money off belief. You think I care about heaven?" The judge bangs his gavel. That's enough. Michael sits next to Savannah, neither speaking, but not alone. And just as the lights are going down in the courtroom for the day, Christine rises. "I need to make one last statement." The judge nods. Christine approaches, face serene, voice unbreakable. "It's time to end this." What do you think Christine will say in the last session? Will she forgive or finish the battle? Comment your ultimate predictions below. This is it. It's the last day. The courtroom is full. Not just with people, but with everything they've carried. Regret, truth, anger, closure. Christine Brown approaches the front. Not as a plaintiff, not as a victim, but as the final voice the court will hear before the gavel drops. The judge grants her permission to speak. She doesn't read from notes. She doesn't even glance at Robyn, Janelle, or Mary. She only gazes forward. "I stood beside a man who broke me, piece by piece, and I believed my silence was strength. I believed obedience was faith. But what I've come to learn is that survival isn't staying. Survival is knowing when to walk away." She faces the courtroom gallery, voice increasing. "This isn't just about one man. It's about the systems that allowed him to construct an empire out of our devotion, while we became footnotes in our own histories." She sets her hand on the witness stand. "I forgive him, not because he deserves it, but because I refuse to carry him any further." Forgiveness isn't weakness. It's the closing of a door he can never walk through again. Mary stands next. Slowly, quietly, she holds up her wedding ring. "This was the last lie I wore." She places it on the table. "I'm done." Then Janelle sits with her. "We are not the family you watched on TV. We were the women behind it, and now we're free." The three women, finally united, walk back to their seats. Savannah smiles. Michael nods. "Even Robyn?" She closes her eyes, and finally, the judge speaks. After extensive evidence, cross-witness verification, financial audits, and voluntary testimony from all parties, this court finds in favor of the plaintiffs. Robyn Brown is ordered to surrender all remaining business assets. All the fraudulent conveyances are made void, custody orders are voided, and the state will decide if Mr. Kody Brown's offshore transactions are subject to criminal prosecution. He leans forward, the case is closed, the gavel comes down. But the silence that ensues? It is release. The courtroom was never a battlefield, it was a graveyard, and the ghosts finally had their say. The women leave together. No cameras, no interviews, just silence. Outside, snow is falling, soft, gentle, like the beginning rather than the end. Savannah and Michael trail behind. Two new voices, one truth to share. Later that evening, a letter slips under Amanda Russo's office door. No name, no return address, just a single line. I did love them. I just never knew how. A copy of a key to the Utah house, but nobody ever returns. It remains vacant. A testament to all constructed on silence and ultimately demolished by truth. Legacies aren't what you leave behind, they're what people walk away from. Christine releases a memoir, Wife No More. Janelle opens a therapy center for women exiting spiritual marriages. Mary takes back her B&B, which is now a retreat for healing. Robyn vanishes from the public eye. No interviews, no books, just silence. Savannah and Michael launch a podcast entitled The Unchosen Ones. Was justice ever served, or did the truth arrive too late? Leave your last thoughts in the comments. Who did you think was really the victim, and who, if anyone, was ever innocent? This is the end, or perhaps just the beginning.